Melissa.
Jesus said, "I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will not walk in darkness, but will have the light of life." Amen. You may be seated. In the reading from the Gospel of John today, there is no barn, there's no Mary or Joseph. Instead, we have this poetry taking us back to creation and then transporting us literally into the cosmos, the beginning of everything, where God is pouring out his love and creating us. In preparing for this homily, I spent several nights staring at the stars. I wondered, what is the probability of my existence? So what does one do when they have questions? They Google it. For me to be standing in front of you today, in this place at this time, was a 1 in 400 quadrillion chance of me being born. That's a little bit above zero. Multiple generations of my ancestors had to endure war, famine, plagues, and loss, but they also found peace, hope, and love. And as a result, generations were born before me and found the light in the darkness to keep going. Now we carry that light today as we move onward. We are part of that larger story that the Gospel of John is showing us. One of my favorite albums to listen to during this season is Sufjan Stevens' Songs of Christmas. Stevens is described as an alternative rock folk singer from Michigan. To me, he is a masterful storyteller, and I consider him a modern-day Bob Dylan. On the album is the song Star of Wonder, and you think that this was a song just about the wise men, but it's so much more. When it first starts and you close your eyes, the music sounds to me what it would be like to travel to the stars. The piano starts, followed by Christmas bells, and what I can best describe is the sound of 1980s synth from your favorite sci-fi movie. It plays for a minute and then suddenly stops. We have reached our destination. And he starts singing. I call you from the comet's cradle. I found you, trembling by yourself, when the night falls lightly on your right wing shoulder. Wonderful know-it-all, slightly where the night gets colder. It's ambiguous on who is calling for whom. Is this the person on earth calling to the heavens or vice versa? The person sounds lost, hopeful, desperate for answers. He then switches perspectives. Someone else is now speaking. Oh, conscious, where will you carry me? I found you, star of terrifying effigies. When the night falls, I carry myself to the fortress of your glorious cost. Oh, how I may seek your fortress. Then it changes from singular to plural with we, which to me signals that now this is the wise men seeing the star. When the night falls, we see the star of wonder. Wonderful night falls. We see you there. They have found what they have been searching for in the darkness. The light has led them to something beautiful. Then it repeats 10 times, building more with piano, bells, the drums kick in, we hear trumpets and trombones in the distance, the sci-fi sound swirling around it all. It's almost a transcendent experience in the song of the joy I imagine they felt that night when they found baby Jesus in the manger. I see the stars coming down there to the yard. I see the stars coming down there to my heart. We are wandering right now with the wise men as we make our way in the story to Bethlehem. When we arrive next week, the season of Christmas ends and the season of Epiphany begins. The Gospel of John may not give us all the answers to the universe that we seek, but it gives us a guide on how we can be as beloved children of God because we believe in God. We are going to make mistakes along the way, but we must accept the grace that from God to just be human. Mother Mercedes asked us a few days ago to be vigilant and look for the way we and others are showing love in this world. And I recently heard this story out of Cabot, Arkansas. There's this man named Bill. He's visually impaired but works at Walmart in town as a janitor. Every day he walks 5 miles to work, no matter what the conditions of the day may bring. One day, a woman was driving by and saw Bill walking in the cold. She stopped and asked if he wanted a ride. Bill graciously accepted and rode with her to Walmart. Upon returning home, she couldn't get this man and his story out of her head, let alone her heart. She turned to social media and created a public Facebook group called Bill's Village. She wanted to make sure that Bill was taken care of, especially if someone came across him in town. She wasn't expecting many people to help, but a few days later, a few thousand people joined the group. Whenever they came across Bill, one would post in the group that they saw him and report where he was going to ensure he arrived there safely. Others who were able then drove to that area and picked him up. Call it what you will, Bill's exclusive taxi service or guardian angels, this community wanted him to know he was loved. We may not know what God looks like, but we know the love a son had for his father and the father for the son, and how that love was passed down to us to continue to show to God's beloved children. Stay vigilant, my dear friends, and always look for the light.